They see me rolling, they hating. Hello everybody, welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Today is festival day, woo! I'm assuming, pretty sure. We were almost gonna ask Hanako out yesterday, but we didn't. So sad about it. I'm sure he was this close to doing it, but then he was like, hey, what's Lily's sister like? And just bleh. Anyway, let's crack on and see what happens today. Today might be our day for some serious love and action. We shall see. Here goes our little eyelids. The next day I wake up feeling a little lightheaded. It's almost noon already. Sleeping late is fine, since it's a Sunday and there's no classes. Not just a Sunday though, but the festival one as well. With no urgent obligations regarding education, I should be free to spend the day at the festival as I like. Well, it's not gonna be with Hanako. Finishing my morning routine, I exit into the hallway, intending to go out and find something to eat. Passing by his door, I decide to see what Kenji's up to today, out of impulse. I'm curious if he has any plans, since everyone is doing something. Then again, I can picture him having built a soundproof shelter in his room. Or possibly something like a fort, complete with "No Girls Allowed" sign. Probably. And with the girls crossed out and body crudely scrawled underneath it. Yeah, that would be me. Knocking on his door, which is luckily devoid of any kind of sign, I hear again the unsettling clicking of at least 10 locks being pulled back. The door opens up a crack. Who is it? You're supposed to ask that before you open the door? Oh, it's you! Damn, it's early! It's not really that early. What is it, man? Nothing. Was just gonna ask what you're doing today. Jeez, just trying to be friendly. Half the school is out there already. Out where? Why? What? What? Is today special? Why are they there? Who are? Kenji, he's so clueless. I can hear them. It's loud. Don't tell me! Has the invasion begun? He suddenly looks more alarmed. What day is it, man? Yeah, I guess you can't see the big wooden booths outside and people selling stuff. What the hell are you talking about? I've had my curtains closed at all times to thwart the snipers. It's the festival. You know that, right? Oh shit, that's today. Damn it! I can't believe I forgot. I don't have my fort finished yet. This is bad. This is going to be a very bad day. It's good you told me this, man. This is going to be a very bad day. Why? Oh man, they're going to be everywhere. The people outside my window, socializing. Kenji rubs his temples nervously, suddenly looking very ill. That's going to be loud as hell, damn. And I was going to go out today, but now it's ruined. Everything's ruined. This is awful. This sucks. What the hell? This really sucks. I can't go anywhere now. There's nowhere to run. Kenji seems nervous. You could even say he's majorly freaking out. I can't believe this. So, that's what today was. Damn. And I couldn't even prepare for it. I couldn't even brace myself, and now it's here and I can't do anything. You should have told me earlier, dude. I mean, at least I know, but I could have known earlier. Imagine what I could have accomplished. This is all your fault. Sorry, I thought you knew. So I guess you're not going to do anything today? The weather's good. Yesterday was really windy, so I thought maybe today it would be cold. It's not, though, so there's no reason to just stay inside. Yeah, you should check the festival out. That was the most awkward sentence of my life. Kenji groans and covers his face with his hands. Oh, no, I can't do it. They'll eat me alive out there. I know it. This has to be a joke, but he said it with such a straight face. Relatively straight. Could we choose Kenji as one of our lovers? What are you going to do? We should hang out in here. You can help me build my fort. Yeah! We might still make it if we work together. I don't know about that. I'm pretty hungry, so I thought I'd get some food first and then check out the attractions. Your class project seemed pretty cool, and I gave a hand with it, so I want to see it, at least that one, and chat with Lily, I guess. Speaking of that, don't you have an obligation for the project? Are you out of your pathetic little mind? That blind broad is up to no good. I can feel it in my spleen, man. Her presence is like a dark shadow that's in the way of my great vision. He has a thing for her. He fancies our loser. As expected of blind people. What? Besides, I thought that you were also a little visually challenged. Right? He holds up his hand to interrupt me. Only legally, man. Only legally. Metaphorically, I can see farther than any man before me has ever seen. Oh, that was good. Well done. Kenji looks stoically into the metaphorical distance to emphasize his statement, thrusting his chin forward to look manlier. Technically, if he's looking into the distance, it's not a metaphorical distance. It's just a distance. Actually, it's just down the corridor. I can see the future of mankind. It's a dark one, unless the threat of women is stifled. They are everywhere. I'm going to have to find some place to hide in, a safe haven, and then knock the lights out of myself that I don't have to experience this horrible day. I have the perfect thing for that. Oh, I must prepare right now. Drugs. Are you going to take drugs? Don't go to the festival. Okay. I'm going to, but... Okay, man. Yeah, no festival. Sure. Later, dude! Bye. The door slowly closes with a low creak, and I don't know how to feel about what Kenji just said. He just basically said the same stuff he always does. Nothing really new there. After buying a plastic plate of takoyaki from a stall belonging to the class next to ours, I take a seat in the school gardens and watch people pass as I tentatively nibble away at the rather bland-tasting item. I guess I shouldn't complain. It's better than nothing, and didn't cost much. As I look out towards the school, watching the people coming and going proves a surprisingly entertaining way of passing the time as I eat. Little children accompanied by parents or grandparents scamper about in the din from event to event, one hand dragging their company, and the other bearing an oversized, colorful snack. These like little shadows, I get it's like a crowd of people rushing and moving, but they're creepy. They really scare me. This is probably how Hanako sees everybody all the time. So I can imagine why she wouldn't want to be around that often. I can't help but notice the age range among the people here is skewed towards the elderly, something that I'd also noticed when I was walking around town. That also makes sense. This must be one of those towns where the only people left are those that lived here their whole lives and ardently refused to leave, and those wanting to live out the rest of their days in one of the increasingly few tranquil places. I guess that also goes as a way to explaining how conservative Yamaku's school culture seems to be. Not that I mind one bit. I kind of like how calm Yamaku and its surroundings are. The heat, though, is another matter entirely. Sitting in one place for so long has focused my mind on how annoyingly humid it's getting. Oh, it's better if... Gah! The sound of the Carlian bells takes me completely by surprise as I stand up, a reaction shared by a few of the people strolling around as well. Carlian bells? I don't know. The PA system crackles to life after the tolling ends. Its age shows as the principal makes a barely intelligible announcement over it, officially opening the festival that's very much already in full swing. Slipping a hand in my pocket to look as relaxed as possible, I'm so chill, man, I casually glance around for something to do. It's somewhat difficult to see very far with all the people around. I decide to fall back on a tired and trusted rule, go where everyone else seems to be gathering. Right now, that is the school courtyard and surroundings. Seeing the number of stalls around the perimeter of the school building surprises me. Quite a few of the classes must have opted to have multiple stalls. In deciding which to visit first, I catch sight of a familiar banner with a blue patterned border and red text. That's our handiwork, that is. Lily's stall is a good place to start as any. I'm curious as to how it's going, after all, the work she and her class have been doing for it. Oh, that looks cool! Drink! Nomimono! Cool! I did that! Actually, I probably did... Where's my shit? What's the one that I did? That one, the blue one, right? Looks freaking awesome. Stepping up to it, I begin to see why the class took so long to organize everything. Wow. Easily twice as wide as many of the other stalls, and with equipment for cooking strewn everywhere. It is closer to an outdoor restaurant than a festival event. As the student in front of me takes a bowl of noodles and leaves, I walk up to the counter. The girl behind it seems quite exasperated and asks me to wait a moment before she disappears underneath the counter. Seizing the moment, I take a quick glance around. Steam seems to be rising from everywhere as pots and pans simmer away. The most blind of the students are unpacking ingredients while being helped by someone who is probably the teacher of 3-2. It doesn't take long to notice Lily among them, talking with the teacher as she quickly counts out the boxes and packets with her fingers. From her expression and the fact that both she and the teacher seem to be in a state of mild confusion, it appears that there's been some problem in coordination. Uh-oh. Before I can stare any longer, the girl behind the counter pops up again, only to look back and ask where their spare change box is. Lily pauses for a moment before she and the girl switch places at the counter, and the teacher quickly walks off somewhere. Sorry about that. We're having a few problems. What would you like? It takes me a second to remember what I'd come for. My eyes quickly dart to the side to read the menu sitting on the counter. More food, you little fetty. I guess some miso soup.
Ah, is that Hiseo?
Yeah. Well, it looks like you're pretty busy. Her face all but confirms it as she drops her waitress facade.
Somewhere along the line, our order got mixed up. We're trying to fix it now, but it looks like we've only got half of what we needed.
Oh, I bet you this is Misha and Shizune. I bet you they did this on purpose. Wouldn't serving smaller portions cover the problem?
It seems like that's what we'll have to do, though I wish we didn't. The fact that a good half of our class is gone doesn't help either.
Where are they gone? I glance behind her to see how many people are actually operating the stall. Oh, we're gonna volunteer, aren't we? It couldn't be over about 8. You can't count to 8 to confirm that it is indeed 8. Something over 8. I take it that's why your teacher left?
That's right. She's going to try and round up a few more of our classmates to help.
Hearing the sound of footsteps behind me, I stealthily glance backwards to see an elderly couple taking place in the line. I guess I'd better stop loitering around and chatting. Maybe helping would be a really nice thing to do. Here's the money for the soup.
Soup? Oh, right, yes. Coming right up.
Lily turns and calls for a bowl of miso soup as I hand over the money for it. Taking the coins in her palm, I can't help but notice how efficiently she counts them out with her long, pale fingers. Eventually satisfied that I've handed over the correct change, she puts it into a small metal tray. That'd be really awkward if you tried to rip off your blind friend. It isn't long before the soup is made and carefully handed to her, after which she turns and subsequently passes it to me. Thanks, I'll come back to drop off the bowl.
Thank you, Hiseo. There's one other thing. Have you seen Hanako?
Hanako? No, not today. Why? She gives a small sigh of abject disappointment.
It's okay. I was just wondering what she was doing for the festival. You'll come back when you're done, then?
Sure, I'll keep an eye out for Hanako, too.
Thank you, Hiseo.
I walk off from the stall and find a seat, carefully crating the steaming wooden bowl in both hands. Compared to the dumplings from before, this is quite nice. I thought we had takoyaki. That must be dumplings. A little cool compared to what it probably should be, perhaps, but the flavor is enough to cover up for that reasonably well. As I drink, I can't help but feel somewhat guilty for not being as involved in the festival as others. We've already offered a suggestion to combat that issue. Help your friend who's struggling. Eventually, I finish my bowl and leave for the stall to drop it off. Considering that there seems to be no line at all, I take my time walking up. So chill today. It seems the teacher's mission paid off. There are now over a dozen students helping, and much of the unpacking has been done. How long did it take you to drink a bowl of miso soup, mate? Despite most of them seeming quite relaxed as they work, Lily still appears to be somewhat stressed. Lily doesn't look impressed at all, and I can't really blame her. On top of her issues with her stall, she seems to be worried about Hanako. I can't really help with the former, so I guess the only way I can help is by trying to take her mind off our shy mutual friend. You didn't even try to find her. Placing the bowl on the counter, I call out to Lily. Hey, Lily, don't worry about Hanako. I'll go find her and hang out with her, okay? I can see Lily's relief plainly written across her face.
Thanks, Hiseo. And if you see anyone from my class, can you tell them to come back here, please?
Will do. Have a good one. And make sure you take a break, okay?
I will if I can. See you later, Hiseo.
I leave Lily in the stall and head out in search of Hanako. In a way, I feel bad for leaving her with the crowds, but even though she was clearly under pressure, I can't help but think she was enjoying herself. Really? That's what you got out of that? The halls are packed with swaying crowds meandering through the festival. If there's one thing I know about Hanako, is that she's not going to be anywhere near this. And with the students showing their friends and family their dorms, I doubt she'll be there either. Following blind intuition, I move against the grain of the crowd. Library time? As I force my way through the masses, it doesn't take long for them to thin down into nothingness. This is not surprising since I'm standing before the library. As I enter the library, the noise of the festival fades into a dull background noise, and soon I'm in the reading area at the rear of the room. Behind one of the petitioned desks, I see the top of a head with straight dark hair catching my eye. Hey, Hanako, I had a feeling I'd find you here. Huh? The head jumps a little in shock before slowly peeping over the petition, like,
Hello? Hiseo?
Hey, Lily's pretty busy, so she sent me to find you.
Oh, do you want to sit down?
Actually, I'm still a little hungry. Would you like to get something to eat from one of the stands?
I bought food, so,
I shouldn't be surprised, but it was worth a try. Expecting her to go outside today was a pretty long shot. How about we eat in the tea room? I passed by it on the way here and no one was around. We can make some food there and it'll be a little more comfortable. What do you say?
Sure. Yeah. Let's go.
We walk side by side from the library to the tea room. As expected, there's barely a soul around. If it weren't for the murmurs through the walls, you wouldn't tell that there was a huge festival going on outside. Hanako carries her bag in both hands and focuses on just the floor ahead of her. Every now and again, she seems to break her pace a little and steps in slightly shorter paces. The first time it happened, I gave it no mind, but I soon noticed that she does it on a regular basis. Are you alright? You're walking like a spastic. She stops dead in her tracks. What? I don't know, it looked like you were tripping or something. A pink blush rises in her cheeks as her gaze returns to the floor.
It's nothing.
You know, when you say nothing like that, people are inspired to ask further questions. For a second, I don't think she's going to answer.
It's a game.
Game?
Do you, see the floor here?
What a bizarre question. Well, yeah, what about it?
Sometimes, when there's no one around, I only step on the darker ones.
Darker ones? Shuffling her feet, Hanako points the toe of her shoe at a tile that is barely a shade darker than the others.
Like, these ones.
It's cute that she considers us no one. Like, there's a good thing in Hanako's mind. Like, we're not a threat, so we're no one.
Aw, she likes us.
Oh, right, so these ones are no good? I point out a nearby tile.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, I see. Do you play this game a lot? Hanako shakes her head. Just when the halls are empty, she nods. Well then, no point in stopping. I'm beginning to get really hungry. She nods again, this time with a little more enthusiasm. Well then, let's go. We set off down the hall, and this time I noticed that Hanako was paying a little less attention to the floor. I wonder just how lonely does someone have to be to come up with a game like that? People do that all the time, like step on the crack, marry a rat, break your back, that kind of thing. But before I realize what I'm doing, I find myself trying to aim each step so it lands on the correct tiles. See, it's really, what the heck is that word? Addictive? Yeah, once you start doing stuff like that. I do it too. The noise of the festival is slightly louder outside the tea room, but the breeze coming through the open window makes it worth it. Without thinking, I walk to the windowsill and inhale deeply. I sometimes forget how clean the air is here compared to back home.
Would you like some tea?
That would be great, thanks. It occurs to me that this is the first time I've been alone with Hanako without her trying to be somewhere else. Turning away from the window, I watch as she makes a simple pot of tea and arranges some sandwiches onto a plate.
I've seen her do this before a number of times, but this time she seems slightly different. It's like she's calm. The fresh scent of brewed tea mingles with the breeze, and for a second, I feel like I'm the only one in the world. I'm the only one in the world. Something, don't know it. I think I know why you like this room now. I don't know what you mean. Well, there are quite a few people out there, but in here it's like another world. You can pretend there's no one around for miles. Yeah, you're right. It's like the world has forgotten this room. And because of that, you can forget about the outside. Well, that would be appealing in some cases. As far as I can tell, conventional bullying doesn't exist in this school. But then again, I haven't seen a single person talk to Hanako besides Lily. It's what I was saying a few episodes ago, like, just because you're not overtly bullying someone, just by ignoring them and pretending they don't exist, which I guess she does to everyone else, but that is a form of bullying as well. She must just be lonely, wants mates, you know? Say, do you play chess? Chess? I've played a bit, I guess. I take it you've played before? A little. She's actually really good, I bet. Without saying anything more, Hanako moves to one of the cupboards and digs out a small chess set. Do you want... Sure. Yeah, why not? I cut her off, but she doesn't seem to mind it. We arrange the pieces, and before long we're sending pawns charging to their inevitable fates. Look how cute she is. She is so freaking adorable. I take my time and intently examine each move and its consequences, nostalgia for the game taking second place to the matters at hand. A few moves later, her king is cornered by several of my pieces. Check mate. You're not bad at this, are you? I'm better, but you're not bad. An honest appraisal. Her technique is pretty good, but several times I was able to exploit her lack of prediction. I pick up a piece and examine it. It looks relatively new, yet worn for its age. I guess not. Does Lily play? The absence of Hanako's answer causes me to think about my question. A bit. This is the first time I've played against someone other than her, or someone she knew before coming to Yamaku, maybe. Well then, I'm honored to have played against you. Can we play again? Sure, though don't expect me to go easy on you this time. Not that I was before, mind. She seems to appreciate the competitive tone. Same here. As we're setting up the pieces, there's a noise at the door. Who the fuck is this? Good afternoon. Loser! Lily! This is a 2-player game, mate. Get back to your stall. Go on, get out of here. Lily? Oh, hey there, Lily. Are you finished? You both are here? Wonderful. Yeah, we could have let her know that Hanako was safe and happy. But, you know, we won't bother with that. She's just worried, shitless, and stressed out. At any rate, our teacher managed to round up some extra help, so I was able to leave. Have you been here since you left? Pretty much. We've just been playing a bit of chess. Would you like a cup of tea? Actually, I think it may be a good idea to go outside for a little while. The instant drop in Hanako's face shows her objection to this plan, even though she says nothing. I feel strangely compelled to voice what is plainly in view on her face, but that Lily can't see. I kind of think that we should just stay here. Really? It's so crowded here that I was thinking we should leave the school and head to the local tea house. You mean the Shanghai? Of course. With everyone at the festival, it should be practically empty. Tea house? Oh, that's right. You probably don't know it. There's a tea house not far from here, which we go to every so often. Sounds like a plan. Hanako, what do you think? If it's the Shanghai, I think it will be nice. Well then, it's settled. Let's be on our way. Hanako and I rise from the table in our preempted chess game. Before I can do anything, Hanako has poured the pieces into a small container and placed the board away. Well, looks like we're ready now. Please, lead on. The pair leads me through a series of unfamiliar doors, and we emerge on the side of the building opposite of the festival grounds. Say They know all the shortcuts. Hanako. Insulated by the heavy stone of the building, the noise from the crowd has faded to a murmur. Strange. I thought that most people would be beginning to leave by now. They're probably here to view the fireworks. Fireworks? Yes. Apparently the school puts on quite a show. A lot of people come from town just to watch them. Lily's decision to leave the school grounds seems to make sense now. Hanako would probably have a hard time with the whole town descending onto the school. Or ascending, as the case may be. Yeah, we know this hill. For the second time since arriving at Yamaku, I find myself walking down this road with Lily. Only now that I can barely hear the incessant noise of the festival do I realize how loud it really was. I can hear my ears ringing slightly in the still evening air as they recover from the day's assault on them. It really wasn't that loud, and you spent like 3 hours not there, so... Hanako clings to Lily, but still manages to guide her along the road. That, and avoiding the occasional gaze from curious pedestrians, appears to completely sap her constitution. Inside Yamaku, everyone is special, which negates the specialness of it. But once we venture outside the school gates, we are returned to the status of outsider and generic labels. Especially when we're still in school uniform. It's like hanging a sign around your neck, challenging people to figure out what's wrong with you. I'm surprised that so many of the students keep it on. Then again, with canes and wheelchairs common among the students, I guess it's not really that much of a giveaway. Or maybe I'm the only one that sees this as a stigma. Maybe you get used to it after a time, like any other school uniform. Okay, so that was just like a little reprieve of thought. The tea house seems fairly standard from the outside, just an ordinary building with typical signs decorating the entrance. Inside the tea house, it takes on a more traditional feel. Everything seems to have been made from the same lump of timber, from the counter and benches to the high-backed booths around the walls. This place looks awesome. I would definitely hang out here. And the fact that it's so ugly from the outside is probably why it's like quiet, why they like it so much. But the most striking feature of the room is the lack of life. I think I can faintly hear something bubbling away in the background, but otherwise, the room is silent. Without any direction, we simply wait near the entrance, politely obeying the "please wait to be seated" sign. Is this place closed or something? Oh, whoa! Hello. Hi. The sound of a chair falling over echoes throughout the empty room, and a head shoots up from inside a booth. Oh, it's Yuko! Hey, I didn't even recognize her. Cute, she looks like a little cat. I wasn't sleeping. Welcome to Shanghai. Something like that, she was, right? She sounds kind of like Rin. Yuko, dressed in a pastel apron and clutching a menu, rushes to greet us. Her misaligned glasses and ruffled hair cast suspicion on her previous statement. But whether she was asleep or not isn't the first question that leaps to my mind. You work here now? What happened to the library? What? Lily? Hisio? Welcome to Shanghai! Oh, was that a little bow? Yuko, still waking up, jerks into a violent bow, dislodging her glasses in the process. Yay! Look at her! She's cute! Ah! My glasses! As I pick up her spectacles off the floor, Lily offers an explanation. Yuko works here part-time as well as at the library. It's one of the reasons we like to come here. Yuko takes her glasses from my hands, shakily putting them back on. Yes, that's right. Thanks. Oh, she sounds exactly like Rin. Darn it. She needs to be a little bit more Zaza Zoom. Shall I show you to the table? She can be like Jamaican or something. There's no one here, so you can choose your table and order whatever you like. There may be a delay, so I'll have to make it myself. It's all right, Yuko. Just put a pot of black tea and a plate of sandwiches. That will be fine. Right! I'll get on to that. Come in there. Yuko hurries off to the back of the cafe, leaving us still standing at the entrance. She pushes the swinging half doors open before realizing that she hasn't seated us. Oh, I'm sorry. Please sit wherever you like. I'll be right back. I don't like her voice. I'm gonna have to think of something else. But she's the OG. So maybe we'll change Rin. Who knows? Following her advice, I lead Lily to the nearest booth as Hanako follows. As I begin to sit next to Lily, I realize how appropriate this place is for Hanako. The The high-backed booths totally separate you from the rest of the room, and it doesn't look like it gets all that many customers. All of the furnishings, from the cushions on the benches to the condiment holders, look dated but aren't overly worn. I wonder if Lily deliberately selects places like this to take Hanako. She seems like the type that would go to lengths to cater for Hanako's unique predicament.
So, Hiseo, I didn't know you played chess?
Well, not very well, but I do know how to play.
I suppose the obvious question would now be, who won?
Lily's innocent smile makes me hesitate. I don't really want to look like I'm lording my victory over Hanako.
Hiseo did?
Yeah, but not by much. Damn, saying that out loud makes me feel like I've done something terrible.
Well done, Hiseo. You've accomplished something I've only ever failed at.
Thanks. I haven't played in ages. I'm just naturally really freaking awesome. It felt good to play again.
Yeah, it did.
Hanako fidgets with her hair a little and looks away as she replies, but a small smile emerges. It's a little more extreme of a reaction than I expected, but still kinda cute in that Hanako way. It throws me a little off guard, and only Yuko's cataclysmic re-entry shocks me back into conversation. Are you alright there, Yuko? Do you need a hand?
Oh, I'm fine. I have to do this properly. It's my job.
Concentration plays across her face while she stares at the tray in her hands, as if simply looking at its contents will hold them in place. Sadly, this doesn't prove all that effective. The cups and saucers slowly dance around, occasionally clattering as they collide with one another.
Why are you so nervous? I feel like you should be a student at the school rather than a teacher.
Taking great care, Yuko sets the tray down on the table with only the subtlest of crashes.
There! See? Well done, Yuko. Spot on. 10 out of 10. Employee of the month.
Well done.
Thank you, Yuko. Actually, justification. She kind of does look a little bit like Rin. So, we're going to go with she's Rin's older sister. That's why they sound the same. Nailed it. I'm just going to move the old Kamaru down a smidgeroo. Yeah. But she can just be a little more like bubblier sounding. Eh? Would you like to join us? There's something else I'd like to discuss about that recent order, if I may.
That's right. Lily and Yuko were discussing a pile of books when I first met Hanako. Something about Lily helping with the Braille.
Ah, yes! We didn't get a chance to go through them, did we?
No. Yuko hastily sits down next to Hanako. Apparently her dedication to this job only goes as far as her concentration. Once it's broken, she suddenly loses it.
I'll be in the library tomorrow afternoon if you'd like to try again. That sounds perfect. I'll meet you there after classes. Lily? Oh dear, that's right. Tomorrow is Monday. How could I have forgotten?
I'm starting to feel a little left out of the loop here. Then again, that's to be expected. I've been here for barely a week, so it's impossible to know everyone's schedule.
Well, perhaps we could come to some other arrangement. Yuko, will you be in the library later on in the week? Maybe. But this is already overdue. And there are some things I need. This might be a problem.
Lily ponders for a second before discovering the answer.
Me, nah? I'm the answer. I am the knight in shining armor. I will save all of you ladies from whatever predicament is going on. Me. Eh? I wonder, might we be able to enlist the help of another, if need be?
To do what? You lost me quite some time ago. Being volunteered for something without even having the slightest idea what's going on isn't really my thing. And here I thought I had finally escaped the clutches of the student council and their repeated attempts to recruit me.
These guys are your friends, like legit your friends though. Oh, of course. Well, the other day I was helping Yuko sort the new Braille books in the library. But Hanako and I usually go shopping on Monday afternoons. It's quieter on that day than on the weekends. Last week we couldn't go because I was busy with the festival. I managed to slip away later in the week, but Hanako couldn't make it.
Well, since I can't read Braille, I'm assuming you'd like me to go shopping with Hanako. Correct. You were a great help to me the other day. I think I can handle that. Hanako, what do you think? Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. Of course not. I'm still not familiar with all the stores in the area, so it sounds like a good idea. Okay. Yeah. Well, now that we have that arranged, shall we have some tea? It's now that I realize our tea has been sitting idly by all this time, getting no hotter. Oh, that's my fault! Let me pour it for you. Yuko reaches out with shaking hands, but I intercept her. She looks in no state to be handling hot liquids. It's alright, I've got it. Since you've already made the tea and sandwiches, you've fulfilled your waitress duties, right? Right? Let me pour the tea, please. Oh, I guess. Yuko relaxes a little, but still watches eagerly as I share out the assortment. Whoa, what's happening? What's happening? What? Oh, fireworks. As I'm about to bite into the sandwich, a low, loud rumble can be heard, along with a flash of light from outside. That doesn't sound like fireworks. I take it the show has started. Whoa, we get to see the fireworks too! Pretty. Only now, looking outside, I realize that dusk has come and gone, leaving us in the peak of twilight. Not the optimal time to be setting off fireworks, twilight. But looks freaking awesome. Bang, 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 bang. I haven't seen fireworks for a long time. It's actually Guy Fawkes coming up, isn't it? November? October? End of October? Remember, the 1st of... Can't remember. Whatever. Sparking traces are upwards, ready to explode in the floral shapes of fireworks. I don't know what that means, but the fireworks are pretty. Let's go watch! Oh, sorry, Lily. You can listen to them then. Oh, please don't miss the show on my account. From what I've heard, it's not a bad location to watch them from. Wow, that's a really cute image. That's beautiful. Probably my favorite image so far in the game. With the exception of Lily, we rush to the window of the small tea house to watch the show. It's so beautiful. Hanako seems to be enjoying it. Well, she's watching. It's a start. The strobe of colored lights plays across Hanako and Yuko's smiling faces, and for a second, I forget to look out the window. I'm mesmerized by this beautiful Hanako. Right? In this totally new world, there are a few things that don't change. I think that's why the school makes such a fuss over this festival. The show is over all too quickly. Fireworks are expensive, even for the most well-funded of schools. Before we return to our tea and sandwiches, Hanako turns to me. Thanks for today. And tomorrow. You're welcome. That's okay. I don't think I could have faced those crowds either. On days like this, it's more relaxing to spend some time away from everyone. Don't you think? Yeah, obviously she does, mate. Anyway, we've been delaying this tea for far too long now. Let's get back. Sure, yeah. I feel like she would definitely go on a date with us if we asked her. We return to the booth and light our meal. Oh, and our light meal. Light our meal? What the fuck? That sounded impressive. Bigger than last year's, at least. Yes, it was great. I've never seen them put on such a show. It gets better every year. I'm afraid, however, that during that time, the tea has gone cold. Oh no! Let me make some more. This is my fault. Calm down, Yuko. It's nobody's fault. I take a sip from my cup, just to prove the point. It's like an iced tea. Really? Yeah, really. If you add a bit of sugar, it's kinda nice. Are you sure? I'm positive. Now, why don't you sit down and we'll finish this together? Okay. Yuko doesn't seem convinced, but sits down regardless. I mean, she's gonna figure it out anyway once she tries it herself, right? She carefully measures out about 5 teaspoons of sugar and adds them to her tea. I said a bit of sugar, but okay. I know, but I like my tea sweet anyway. Curiously, I peer into her cup. As expected, hardly any of the sugar dissolves in the cold liquid. She stirs it twice before upturning the cup and drinking the contents, sugar and all, in a single mouthful. Ugh.
You're right. That's not so bad at all.
Well then, it seems we're all finished.
Should we head back now, or do we want seconds? I've been eating all day.
Yuko's expression shows that this is quite clearly not a good idea. I think that we would be best if we got back. Yeah, that words. We do have a curfew after all.
Oh, yes, that's a good point. I'll meet you tomorrow, Yuko. I'll be looking forward to it, Lily. Goodbye, everyone. Why can't the braille, just wait till later? Why does it have to be done tomorrow?
We make our way out of the small tea room and into the dark of the night. Lily and Hanako once again take point? But under the cover of darkness, Hanako seems slightly less stressed than she did on the trip here. We move against the occasional group of people emptying the school grounds, but Hanako seems to lead us along a few minor roads, avoiding the bulk of the crowd. Outside the dorms,
the mural's finished! Cool! I wish we could see it better.
Outside the dorms, the school seems surprisingly quiet when compared to the noise of the day. Well then, thank you both for today. I think I learned a lot.
You're most welcome, but I'm afraid that I really must be going. Today's been a long day.
Well, that's right. Lily spent most of today on her feet, and I can imagine that walking outside of the school would be pretty tiring for her. I feel a pang of guilt as I remember that I was probably the only one in the school that got up around 10 this morning.
I thought we got up at midday.
Sure thing. Well, I'll see you both tomorrow. Good night.
Good night, Hiseo. Night.
The girls returned to their dorm, and I to mine. Actually, now that I consider it, today tired me out as well.
Is that the end? Oh, we've got some Kenji action. Ooh! Oh! Hey! What the fuck is this? Oh no. What's happening? I want to hear this. I've got my volume turned down, but I feel like maybe I should be listening. So this is Hanako's, like, story? Hi. She's happy about that. She likes that boy. Is that us? God knows. Is this a dream? Hanako? That is us. Are we kissing her? Did we just kiss her? Act 2, hide and seek. Have we sort of unlocked her as our, like, main bae now? Wait, pause. We need to save that because we're going to wait till next time. Ooh, this is getting exciting. What was that all about? If you enjoyed this episode, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I shall see you next time. Jamming!